Let me tell you a small story that I have come across these days. It is about a conversation between the virus and Krishna. So the virus looks at Krishna and tells, "Hey Krishna, look, I am so little, but I have been able to close all your temples." Krishna looks at the virus and laughs and tells, "Yes, little virus, you have been able to close the temples, but have you seen that you have made all the homes into temples?" So that is a struggle that each one of us is going through. Our homes have become schools, have become colleges, have become offices, but have they become enough of churches and places of worship? Well, these are also the times where we are having two major challenges. One is our faith is being questioned and challenged. The second is the feeling of helplessness. And I want to take a few minutes to talk on both of these. What is faith? If you turn to the book of Hebrews, Paul in chapter 11 profoundly talks about faith. Faith is the assurance of the things that we do not know, that we can hope for. So there are two things happening here. It is an assurance of what we are hoping for and the conviction of the things that we have not seen. But today's challenge is, what is it that we can hope for? The tomorrow looks very dark and the unseen is very scary. In these circumstances, we feel that our faith is shattered. Our faith is being shaken up. It is very interesting that our faith is never shaken up when things go as per our design, our plans for tomorrow, and when everything is sailing smooth. We do not question faith. Looking into the Bible, there are two very strong personalities which Jesus is in awe for their faith, and both of them are non-Jews. One is a centurion, who is a very powerful person in the society. He comes to Jesus and says, "Well, Jesus, you just have to command, and I believe that my servant will get healed." Jesus is in awe of this person's faith, and he says that, "Okay, if that is what you want, let it be." And the servant is healed. The second is the Canaanite woman, who comes to Jesus to cure her mentally ill child. And Jesus says that this is for the children and it is not okay to throw it to the dogs. It was very mocking. But she retorts back and says, "Well, the dogs eat the crumbs that fall from the master's table." So in today's times, it is very important for us to understand what is the depth of faith that we are having in this whole spectrum that we have seen, from that of the centurion to that of the Canaanite lady. Where are we here? The second thing that happens during this pandemic is the feeling of helplessness. We feel very helpless in these times, even to go out, to be with people who are in loss of their jobs, of their loved ones, who are going through the illness. We are not able to reach out to anyone, and the feeling of helplessness is absolutely consuming. So what does the Bible tell about helplessness? Is it something mentioned there? If we look into this book of Psalms, the psalmist in Psalm 121 says, "I look upon to the mountain for help. Where will my help come from?" My help comes from the creator of the heaven and earth. So we are looking up to a person, to a being who is much, much bigger than what our problem is. But we are doing two things there. We need to do two things. One is to look up and be sure that the creator of the heaven and earth is in control even today. And for this, the simplest example is just look around ourselves. Has a single day passed without the sun rising and setting in its due time? Has the bloom and the blossoms not happened as per the nature? So of course there is the creator who is in control. The question is, how much do we have the crumbs of faith? This is the thought that I want to leave you with. Do we have the crumbs of faith?